So it looks like the BBC is continuing the time-honored European tradition of smearing independent African leaders to justify regime change. Here they're citing a report from Human Rights Watch accusing Ibrahim Traoré in Burkina Faso of unaliving over 100 civilians. But I've learned that when it comes to Human Rights Watch, you have to read beyond the headlines, because they are very tricky in the way that they lie about global events. And if you read the fine print here, you'll see that Traoré's forces were actually fighting against Islamist extremists aligned with Al-Qaeda. And after this attack was launched, the Islamist extremists responded by unaliving a bunch of civilians. And look at how Human Rights Watch frames this. They say that the Islamists were assisting the government. No, they were fighting the government. They were actively unaliving each other. And then when the government forced out the Islamists, they retaliated by unaliving a bunch of civilians. And then when BBC put that into a headline, they removed all of the context and made it sound like only the government was unaliving civilians. It's some of the most disgusting and reprehensible journalistic trickery I've ever seen, but this is par for the course for Human Rights Watch. When I read beyond their headlines, I am always amazed at how misleading the headlines actually are. The reality is that 40% of Burkina Faso is controlled by extremists, and Ibrahim Traoré is leading the struggle against them, which is why he needs to be protected from the West and their propaganda at all costs. If you're an American, you can join the American Communist Party, as we're actively fighting to bring an end to US imperialism. Africa is going to see so much political and economic development once they get the boot of the Western imperialists off of their neck, and that's what Traoré is fighting for.